I just went live. I was actually gonna make a little short or a little video with some tips on installing a basically a bimini top. Technically, it's a center console T-top, but some call it a bimini top, but it's a Seagull center console T-top. And I had major trouble. I was stuck on step 1 for 2 days, and I'm not good. Step 1. Hey Rustic, what's going on? 922. You should be catching some fish. They started biting 922 towards the end. But anyhow, like I said, I was gonna make a little short or a little video for a tip doing this, but I don't have no memory on my phone. I can't even take like a picture. It tells me my memory's full. I'm surprised it was able to go live. But anyways, I was stuck on step 1 for 2 days. Step 1 was drill, attach the mounts to the center console. But I didn't know how low or how high. I didn't want them too high and then the rain and the sun come, pound me because the top's way above my head. And I didn't want them too low to where my head was hitting the top. So anyways, my fix for that was I took 2 2x4s and I ratchet strapped them around the console, and then I mounted these mounts to the console. Or I mounted these mounts to the 2x4 so I could, actually mock it up and put the top up and see where it was in reference to, my head, if it needed to be higher or lower. So that's how I figured out where to mark these. And then that was just the beginning. I thought this console was thicker. I went like this and felt it. I'm like, oh, that feels pretty thick. That, it's like a 1/2 inch. And I thought it was that marine board, the plastic starboard or marine board, like a 1/2 inch thick. Well, it's not. It's just fiberglass with some smooth coating, and it's fiberglass. It's only like an inch. It's only like probably 3/8 of an inch thick, which isn't thick enough to drill holes in and hold a top going down the road. So I had to fab up brackets But I fabbed up these brackets to give it some strength. This goes on the outside, and then this goes on the inside to sandwich in between the fiberglass. And that still might not be strong enough, but I'm hoping it is. And then the inside of this console, it's curved. The outside is square, and the inside is curved. So this plate wouldn't fit. I had to cut it, and then after cutting it, it still wouldn't fit to where these bolt holes were flush up against the inside of the console. So then I had to take it. It don't look pretty. I know I don't have the proper tools to bend metal, but I had to bend it so these can go up in here on the back side and sit flush. So I'm hoping doing that provides enough strength. It's a bimini top, a center console T-top. Rusty. Let me drag the box over here and just show you a picture of it. Looks easy, doesn't it? You know, you got 1, 2, couple mounts, couple bolts, wham bam, done. At least that's what I thought. I actually planned on, I started this Thursday, and I said I'm gonna put this top on real quick because we might have some rain, and I'm gonna go fishing with some daylight to spare. Well, it was like midnight, and I'm still stuck on step 1, because step 1 was drill holes in the center console. And the holes I drilled, I wanted them to be the only holes I drilled. I didn't want it to look like Swiss cheese. Because that's a big difference, whether the mount is down here, or if the mount's up here, or if it's here. If it's up here, maybe, and that's another thing. It tells me the width and the length of the top, but it doesn't tell you how high the top is. So I had nothing to even reference regards the height. So that's why I put the 2x4s with the ratchet straps to the center console, and then temporarily attached the mounts to the 2x4s. But it's been a pain. I've been wanting to fish for 3 days, almost 3 days now. But I'm almost done. I got all the hard part done. This is just, all the holes are drilled. And that's another thing too. It's been tools are so crap now. I had a tape measure I was using. I dropped on the ground and it shattered into pieces. One drop. And then I had a brand new Vermont drill bit. And the bit didn't break, but this 1/4-inch shank snapped, like on the second hole. How dare they play a Kamala commercial? That's insulting. Anyways, like I was saying, all the hard stuff's done. All the holes are drilled in the metal. All I should have to do is bolt it, put it together like a Lego set, hopefully. Yeah, I had a regular Bimini top, but it got in the way. I use these rod holders. I'm a big fan. I know people don't like them because they're plastic, but we don't have fish big enough to break them. But I use these rod holders, and the Bimini top, where I have them mounted, they just, the top got in the way. When the top was down, it would lay, the rail, actually, it bent going down the road. See how it's bent? When I put the top down, it would lay on these. So I couldn't even use my rod holders unless I put the top up. But then when the top was up, it rocked going down the road too much and it's about to break off. So it was just a pain. For a center console boat, the top just wasn't, a regular Bimini top was just a pain. Let's make Rustic a mod. Add as moderator. Let's make Anyfin a mod. Let's make 922 a mod. Where was he at? 922. Add as moderator. Hello from Norway. I didn't see you. And I don't, you guys only gotta block or time people out if, like, if they're it's very vulgar, ignorant stuff. But for the most part, I don't care what people say. I'm actually, once I get this done, I'm gonna go fishing, and if I got a couple hours, 2-3 hours of daylight, which I doubt, everything about this project has taken 10 times longer. I say I'm on the downhill side of it and just gotta piece it together like a Lego set, but we'll see. But if I can get this done and get out of here with some daylight left, I'm gonna go live a little later. Well, heck, I don't know. Even if it's dark, I might go live. That just matters if I feel like dealing with messing with all the lights. All right, 1, 2. I'll sit here and draw all day with y'all. I need to get this done. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, that's another thing too. These don't have. I bought these nylon lock nuts for the additional nuts that I'm putting in it. But the ones that came with it are just plain Jane. Plain Jane nuts. Yeah, this, you know, with the rain being so scattered and spotty all over the place, I kind of was hell bent on getting this top done before I went out. I should have bought new hardware because these so-called stainless nuts aren't that great. They get picked up with a magnet very easily. A good stainless nut or washer, you can't pick it up with a magnet. But it'll work. We'll make do with what we got because I've been to Lowe's twice and Menards once. 922 says you got to watch yourself on lies. Mechanics aren't known for proper language. Yeah, when you get in the shop, I was actually thinking about that the other day. Hey, Anyfin. I was thinking about that the other day, cussing. I was like, it's weird how I can just turn it on and off. Like, in the proper settings, I won't let anything slip. And then get me by myself in the workshop, it's a different story. Alrighty then, we got that started. I really don't even need washers on these because the holes are 1/4 inch and the bolts are 1/4 inch. What the heck? Got 3 bars of internet and it's telling me I need to use cell data. Well, the air compressor kicked on. I ain't even gonna try to talk while that's on. When I was at Menards, I bought 3/4 inch and 1 inch because I wasn't sure which I needed, and I'm glad I did, or I'd be making another trip there. The 3/4 inch, they're long enough, but not when you add the washers and the brackets and the braces on the inside. It would help if I had the proper Phillips. These screws are like number 3, and I'm trying to use a number 2 bit. It's time for air tools. I fooled with this dang thing long enough. It's time to go fishing. Alexa.
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding right now.
Of course you're having trouble understanding. That's a story you're doing life. I can't stand Alexa. I've been saying for years I'm gonna get rid of it. But once you have them at home and work, and then you're kind of, locked into it. Do away with it, then it's a waste. All the devices and stuff. I can't stand Alexa mainly because it wants to have a dialogue with you. You ask it the weather, and that's all I want to know. What's the temperature? And then she goes asking other stuff, or, oh, would you like me to do this? Or, no, I want you to, well, I'm going to stop because I get fired up. Long story short, I don't want to have a dang dialogue. I just want you to answer my question and shut up. My kid, he has fun with the no. He changes the voice and stuff. And was an English-speaking lady, now he's some Australian Alexa voice. Let's see if it's fixed yet. Alexa, play copyright-free Spotify music.
Copyright-free radio from Spotify.
The sound of that, I tightened that nut and I could hear it cracking. I still hear cracking. I'm gonna loosen it some. My luck, this whole console split. I'm gonna probably have to take those back off because there's no lock washers. They're not nylon lock nuts, and there's no lock washers that come with them. I still hear cracking. Watch a big old crack and split just start running. Okie dokie. One mouth. Hey, Ratatouille, welcome in. Hey, Heather, welcome. Yeah, it's mine. I'm actually working on my boat and not other people's. I think the past 5 times I've worked on boats, they've been other people's. Well, that's not always true in the case, but since fall's coming, I got a lot of, repeat winterized customers that come back. So that's one reason. I ain't had time to work on mine. I've been doing a lot of winterizing. I actually lost, well, I wouldn't say I lost the customer. I kind of got rid of him. He's had this 21-foot cuddy cabin boat that I've winterized. It's just got a plain old little, I think it's a V8. I can't remember. Anyways, he calls me. I've winterized it year after year. He calls me and says, hey, I'll pay you extra if you come to me where my boat's at and winterize it. And I normally don't do that. And I threw out a crazy price, because I didn't want to. I don't have time to mess. I'd lose money if I lived here. And I threw out a crazy price thinking he'll say, no, that's all right. And he says, yeah, sure, no problem. I'm like, dang it. Well, anyways, the reason I don't want to do it is, I got to get my tools, all my stuff, got to bring earmuffs, winterized fluid. It's just too much work. Ain't worth it. Anyways, I get down there where he's got his boat in this lot, and I see all these campers and all these big yachts, like 40-footers, and I can't find this guy's boat. It's nowhere. And I see this big 40-foot boat. It looks like the only person in there currently at the boat. I can't think of this dang music. But anyways, I see a ladder coming off the back of this swim deck, and I'm not talking, there's a big wooden ladder, like a 6-foot ladder, and then there's the swim deck ladder. This boat is so big that he had to use a 6-foot ladder to get up into the swim deck ladder. But anyways, the guy got a new boat. Didn't bother telling me. Just has me show up with all my stuff thinking I'm winterizing a single engine, single prop. And it's a 40-foot yacht with twin 454s, twin props. This thing's got flanking rudders. It's got sink, shower, bathroom, toilet, so much plumbing. I wouldn't even know where to begin to winterize this boat properly. And he don't have the owner's manual, no book on it. I told him straight up, man, I ain't doing it. I said, I don't even know where all the plugs are to properly winterize the engines, let alone, because the engines are down in the hull, like the hull. I ain't crawling down there, no. Couldn't pay me enough. But anyways, I wasn't comfortable even winterizing the engines. I ain't trying to spring coming and get the call, oh, my 454 is cracked. So, and then not to mention the sinks and the showers and the toilets, the properly, all that plumbing that I don't know. So I told the dude no. I said, I ain't doing it. And I ain't talked to, well, actually I did hear from him about a car, not a boat. But I couldn't believe he pulled that on me. Got me all the way down there. Doesn't tell me he got rid of the 20-foot single engine and got a 40-foot yacht. And not to mention the price that we negotiated on. Like, he's thinking the price would be the same. Like, get out, you know. I don't even want to deal with people like that. Well, look, I put 2 nuts on that stud. Talking, not paying attention. Alright, y'all, it's about to look like something. If I can find my pieces. Alright, there's one. That's all I need. Hey, Sturt, what's happening? I'm wondering how many nuts and bolts I'm going to be missing. Being that this is a 2-day process. You gotta love foreign directions. The things you would think that's supposed to have a washer doesn't, and then the things you think would need one, they say no washer. I'm already missing nuts and bolts. I texted my fishing buddy, the guy that delivers auto parts to me. I usually go fishing with. I said, we're talking about the weather and the radar. Said I can't make heads or tails from it. The radar just keeps swirling and like it looks like it's gonna miss us, and then we get rain and it starts and stops. But I texted him. I said I'm gonna be at the lake for sure, no matter what. The time I had fun with this, you can bet the farm I'm gonna make use of it. One of the advertising things of this top, it said it was retractable. So when you're going down the highway, you can lower it. And I don't see how. There's no moving parts. But the only thing I can think of is you have to loosen these caps, and then you can slide this rod, slide the rod down. We'll see. Boo! Boo! Hey, Mike Sampson. Did you hook up on any fish 922 after the show ended? Now I got to do the same thing on the other side, but I can't find any of these screws. I found 2 of them and I need 6 more. There's the plate for the other side. I'm actually gonna have to take this all apart because I got this plastic dip. I'm gonna paint these so they don't rust. But I'm not fooling with this and painting it until I know this is the way I mounted it's legit and gonna work. But if it holds up and strong enough, then we'll take the braces off and paint them with the plastic dip. I hope they're strong enough because I bought these piranha rack rod holders that I want to put up on top of this T-top so I can get all my fishing rods off the floor and actually have room to walk. I'll probably have to take the rods down when I'm, trailering on the highway, but at least when I'm using the boat fishing, I can put them up above my head out of the way. You got 1 3-pounder. Hey, at least you didn't skunk. Yeah, here's them, if you want something to hold rods, I use these at home. I even got some on my garage doors at home. You can put them on the ceiling, the wall. They're piranha rod rack. They work real good. And when I say work real good, I mean they'll hold any rod you got. Oh, there it is. I just spent 5 minutes looking for this bracket. Yeah. Like I said, I'll probably be live later actually fishing. I'm gonna get this done, go eat me a big juicy steak, and then go to the lake. Nah, I'm kidding about the steak part. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. Big juicy steak sounds good. Well, anyone who cared to watch, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just doing the same exact thing on this side as I did on this side. Well, I guess I can move you guys over. thought I had all my holes drilled just right. Alrighty, that'll do. It's good enough for me, it's good enough for anybody. I'm so glad I'm on the downhill side of this thing. It gave me so much trouble. I was really ready to just not put it on. Cause I don't mind the rain. Like, I'll fish in the rain all day as long as you got proper gear and stay dry. What I don't like is all my stuff getting wet. The tackle getting wet, or like I got this cooler here. I keep stuff in, and you know, you open it up to dig something out, and the rain's pouring in there, and then water sits in the bottom, and all your stuff gets moldy. But yeah, I don't mind me getting wet. I just don't like my stuff getting wet. Toaster saying he is bread. I'm thinking he means he is bored. Cold Creek, retired Rick. How you doing? How you doing? Nice to meet you. Well, that ain't good. I vacuumed all that fiberglass dust up from drilling tonight. Now I'm thinking it might have been a mistake. I just hope these brackets are thick enough. I went with the 1/8 inch for the bimini top. I should have went with the 3/16. It's about twice as thick. I'm just worried that it's gonna be too flim-flam. But once it's all together, it'll strengthen it up. At least I hope. all them Phillips heads went in there, and I thought they went in. I got that bracket on the back side. It was pushing the bracket away. None of the screws went through the bracket. Well, when in doubt, drill. I thought I drilled 1/4 inch holes in there, but I might have made a mistake and did 15/64 holes. Well, what I'll do is get 2 of them screws started so they will hold that bracket that keeps moving away on the inside. One, two, three, four. Some funky music, but I guess copyright-free music is. I was been listening to what's his name? I was wanting to say Jamie Johnson, but shoot, I can't think of his name. What was stage name? It's the Northman, North of Richmond song. I can't think of his name now. But I've been jamming to him all day. There's a live set he does. After another dude, I can't remember his name, like Billy something. But there's a live set they do. It's like a 4-hour show they put on at a bar in Virginia, and it's on YouTube. Boo, 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 boo. My neighbor has one of her signs. Oh my goodness. I never cared for her much, you know, the neighbor. I mean, not that I did not like them, but didn't like them either. But once I seen that sign in their yard, it sealed the deal. Alright, now I need more. Of course, it's on the other side of the vessel. I'm actually surprised that's the first ad I heard of hers, like, period, ever. On TV, on YouTube. Surprisingly, they've always been Trump ads on YouTube and the TV. He must be paying big bucks. Cause his is the only ads I see. I'm kind of laughing at myself now that I think, thinking that I was gonna have 2-3 hours daylight to fish with. As I truck away on this little project, I keep thinking, no way, it's gonna be dark by the time I even get to the lake, which is totally fine. But I always like to one, two, three, four. Oh, I see what I did. I didn't drill a hole in it. Dang it. I knew I shouldn't have ran that back in. I shouldn't have did that. But like I was saying, I like to get to the lake with some daylight. 2-3 hours. I like the multi-species fish. Crappie, white bass, largemouth, smallmouth, walleye. I usually mess around just casting, fishing for whatever for a couple hours before I start actually catfishing. And catch some bait in the process. But I don't think I'm gonna see any daylight today at the lake. But that's alright. Alright, that one went through. Yeah, I'm glad I bought the 1 inch and the 3/4 inch. Because the 3/4 inch would have never worked. I mean, they worked, but the threads didn't go all the way through the nylon nut. Alright, we got two. We got two more. 1, 2. A nut. And a nut. Alright. Now I just gotta tighten. Whew, it's hot in here. I got the door closed because if people see the door open, everyone and their mother will start stopping by. And then I'll never get nothing done. Dang it. Where's my 11mm? Oh, there it is. As long as I don't have to go to the other side. I climbed up and down out of this thing boat more times than I'd like to count. least I don't hear any cracking like I did on the other side. Air compressor. I think my compressor needs drain. But it's been kicking on and off so much lately. It's probably half full of water. And that makes no room for air. The back of my legs are so sore from stretching. Leaning over this, you guys can't see it, but there's it's like a bow rail that goes all the way around this. And the reach, I gotta lean. Basically, it's like doing toe touches, stretching. And I am sore. Let me tell you. Some of these nuts are 10 and some are 11. I don't know why they just couldn't make them all the same size. Alrighty then. There's one, two, three, four of them. This is supposed to be a good center console T-top. I think the company is an Australian company, so. Ocean South is who makes it. I'm pretty sure that's an Australian company. If this was my normal lives and I was fishing and people were watching, I'd have people from Australia that could answer that question. I'm pretty sure it's an Australian company. Their website for the United States is oceansouth.us, so I'm pretty sure it's a company. I was surprised I even found it because I looked for, usually the only T-tops you can find for center console boats are big ones, like overkill. This boat's not that big, so I didn't need like a huge, I mean, I'd like a huge one, but then there's not much room to walk through here, especially when you're carrying a fish or a net or a fishing pole. I don't even like how these stick out because it's taking away my walkway space. But this was the best fit I could find for this boat. Alright, we're getting somewhere, y'all. Well, I'm getting somewhere. I don't even think anyone's watching still. Which I don't blame y'all. Like I said in the beginning, I just went live because I was going to make a little short saying how I use these 2x4s. Before I drilled holes in this console, I ratchet strapped these 2x4s and attached the mounts. So I knew how high or how low. I was just gonna make a little short or a little video showing and explaining that, and I don't have any memory on my phone. All my memory's full up. So I just went live to show it. And then people started coming in the live, so I just kept it rolling. But I am about to quit because I need to take a break. I was gonna get this done and then eat, but I think I'm gonna take a lunch break. And I know it's dinner time, but it's lunch for me. I get working and lose track of time. Next thing you know, it's 7 o'clock at night and I still haven't had lunch yet. And another reason I'm in it is I think I have to do some more cutting and drilling. There's a brace, a center brace that goes across, and this is made for wide or short center console, so they give you a pipe that's like twice as long as this. But you have to measure it, and you have to cut it, and you have to drill a hole, and that's gonna be too hard to do. Worrying about live. Jaden, hey, what's up? Good luck with your work. Cool. I'm usually fishing on the jet ski or on the boat or on the bank. So yeah, if you like watching people fishing, go ahead and subscribe. And next time you catch me, maybe it'll be on the water. Actually, I'm gonna be on the water this evening after I get done with this. We got some rain coming, so I'm putting this center console T-top. See, it's coming together slowly. Fishing with Jeff Beal. Hello. How you doing? Check out this old Zircon fish finder. How many of you guys know about that? It's got the old, I can't turn it on. I got my battery out of the boat, but the screen, remember the old Indiglo watches that you push the Timex and this watch, you push the button and they glow, like that greenish blue Indiglo. That's what this screen is like, it's Indiglo. I've been meaning to take this off and mount this Ray Marine or that Lawrence. I ain't made my mind up. I wanted to mount the Lawrence because it's smaller and it won't block my view. This Ray Marine's bigger. But I'm such a sucker for nostalgia for old stuff. I kind of don't have it in me to remove this from the boat. It works great. And one reason I kind of kept it is because the Ray Marine and the they interfere with each other. And anyways, they interfere with each other. Well, one of them does and one of them don't. But yeah, I can't have both the newer ones on, they interfere. And the front one's hooked up to the trolling motor. So if I'm running fast, I have to turn that one off. And the other one interferes, but that Zircon doesn't interfere with any of them. So I can actually run and look at my depth. You know, if I'm in waters, skinny waters, and I gotta worry about the depth, I can actually use the Zircon In other words, the zircon's a beast, and it's always works. Always shows me my depth. Nothing interferes with it. The other newer ones, they get interference from one another. Cindy, I'm working on it now. The hardest part was mounting these mounts. In the beginning of this live, I explained and showed the brackets I had to make and everything. Yeah, this was too thin, so I had to make these brackets for the outside and for the inside, and I hope that's strong enough. But I was just gonna make a little short or a little video explaining the troubles I had with it to save someone else a world of trouble. I ratchet strapped these 2x4s to the center console and mounted the mounts to that, so I knew how low or how high they had to be. And then once I knew the height of them, then I actually drilled the holes in the center console. But I was just gonna make a short video explaining how I use them 2x4s to figure out the position of the mounts. But I didn't have any space on my phone. It said not enough memory to take a picture. So I just went live real quick to show and explain it. Maybe save somebody a world of trouble. Because I went through hell and back trying to get it. I was stuck on step 1 for 2 days. Step 1 was drill holes in the center console to mount the mounts. But I didn't want to just drill holes blindly, not knowing where they needed to be. And I'm still unsure, actually. I actually made this mount here, and I got these 4 screws here for extra stability for this bracket. But I made the, shoot, I can't think what it's called. When you have like a little I don't know, like a mock-up, like mocking something up, where it's like a piece of paper with holes in it, and it shows you where you're gonna drill. There's another name for it, I can't think of it. Anyways, I made the holes for this support brace identical to match these ones, so if I need to raise, like, because I'm gonna put rod holders on the top of this center. Well, not rod holders to fish with, rod holders to storage. I'm gonna put these Piranha rod racks up on the center console T-top to get so my floor is not filled with fishing rods. But if they're too low and I'm hitting my head on the fishing rods when they're hanging, I wanted to be able to slide the top up higher. But I can't slide it any higher or these poles will pull out. But I made these screws for extra support, match the screw holes for these, so if I do need to slide it up higher, I can swap these screws with this bracket and move this bracket up here, and then I can slide it up another like 7 inches. But short answer to your question, no, I'm not done. But all the hard work is done. I got the 2 poles mounted. Now I just got to basically put it together like a little puzzle. Template, yeah, that's it. Template. There you go, 922. Thanks. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Probably because the only thing I got on my mind is food and fishing. But yeah, template. But it's been a pain. I had to take the dang door off the other side. I had to take the fire extinguisher off this side, which all I gotta do is where I put these 2 little black marks there and there, I just gotta drill like half a hole, which I haven't figured out how I'm gonna do that yet. Plus this is beveled. It's like an angle, it ain't squared. So anytime I try to, drill half a hole in this, the bit's just gonna run off. I thought about taking a center punch to like a drill bit center punch and putting a little center punch on the very, very edge. Maybe a drill bit will catch that center punch groove. But basically, I just need like 2 little half circles taken out of here. Because it doesn't fit. But yeah, it's been a pain. If I wasn't already didn't have time in it, I would just go a different route and just use a dang umbrella or the Bimini top that I've been using. Get ready to go catch some big ones, Cindy and Travis. Good luck. Later. You guys have a good night. I'll tune in for sure. All right, I'm gonna go get something to eat, guys. Like I said, I was just trying to do a little quick tip for mounting these center console T-tops. Might help somebody somewhere down the line. But anyways, I'll be live later. Oh, thanks, Heather. I don't know about great. I don't have no mic, and I kept walking away from the phone, so the audio is probably crap. Plus, I don't know how that copyright-free music's coming across on the phone. Sometimes mics try to like digitally block out background noise, and it just sounds bad. But anyways, what the heck was that? I got my side door open. I'm closed, but I got my side door open, and I just swore I seen somebody come in. Anyways, I'm gonna get some food and get this thing done and get out to the lake. First I did say I was gonna go live, but now I don't know if it's dark when I get there. I don't know if I'm gonna fool around with lights and stuff, but we'll see. Anyways, everybody have a good evening.